use money to sustain their relationships and use money to get their way in. That was weak. That's weakness. It's weak because you don't believe in you enough. The money makes you more of whatever you already are.
Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife.
She didn't marry into no lap of riches. I had nothing.
That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week.
I said, baby, I ain't really got nothing. I'm trying to build. She said, I'm gonna get in there and build with you. We got married in 2007. Do you know what I was doing in 2007? Nothing. We built this. All of us built this. We turned this into something. But that woman got down in that foxhole with me and turned this into something.
You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else that think like a man.
So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. VOA. I've said a couple of things about Steve Harvey, and we know that Steve is a consummate liar to women. He tells them things they want to hear, but it doesn't make sense to any logical man. And we recall him saying that Margie is the reason that he is where he is and he was broke when she came and all of that. But Cat Williams calls cap on that. And I'm going to be honest with you. The way Cat says this, I'm going to have to agree with him that I believe Steve Harvey is capping.
She didn't marry into no lap of riches. I had nothing. When I asked her to marry me at the end of 2006, she said she wanted to get married in 2007. I sold it too soon. I got to get some stuff together. She said, what? I said, baby, I ain't really got nothing. I'm trying to build. She said, I'm going to get in there and build with you. We got married in 2007. Do you know what I was doing in 2007? Nothing. We built this. All of us built this. We turned this into something. But that woman got down in that foxhole with me and turned this into something. In 2007, we got married. In 2008, we found out that somebody had stolen 7 years of my tax returns, and we owed the government $22 million and we in debt. She stayed with me in that. Then guess what? In 2009, I got Family Feud. In 2009, the book came out. In 2012, the talk show came out. I'm telling you, this woman got in the hole and built this with me.
A few moments later.
This is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else that think like a man.
What if she says she is the table?
See, Steve Harvey said that.
Yeah.
He went broke twice. And he with a girl right now that's dated 2 drug dealers and is allegedly sleeping with his bodyguard and his chef.
These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you.
That is Steve Harvey if you want. He writing books on how to be with... Yo, that is not who to look up to. That is not. You rather listen to me because I'm going to tell you the truth, my Steve Harvey sitting there, I seen him on Shannon Sharp talking about, you asking what that woman bring to the table. She is the table. This, that, and third. She's the table. The same interview, the very same interview, bro. Very same interview.
She is the table.
He said she took all my money. I had $2,200 left in my account.
Yeah, to figure it all out.
2 times.
In 2005, you had $1,700 left. This was after Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
You got $1,700 after you made, what, like $30 million on that tour?
Dog, we made more than that.
What the hell happened to the money?
Yeah, it's called a divorce. I got jumped on, man, but it was even before the divorce. Because, not gonna say who did it, but they got in cahoots with my financial planner. And I was writing checks to the government for 7 years. Writing tax checks, signing the tax checks, giving them to turn in. They was keeping them, taking the money out the account like I was paying taxes.
Right.
and keeping it for themselves.
The table going, he eating with his hands and he got no silverware, nothing.
When you think about this, you must keep in mind that as a man, you have to be true. Even if your truth is not what you've been perpetuating to the people, man, you still have to be true. Because even if your truth ends up not being what you presented initially, it will be received better and perceived better if it comes from you, as opposed to you having to play defense against it when it comes out, only to finally admit it's true. Look at Ross. Ross has always made some of the greatest music in rap. I mean, Rick Ross. He has always made some of the greatest music. But not only did he take another man's moniker and make it his own, a man's true moniker, Freeway Ricky Ross, but he also worked as a corrections officer, and it put him in a position where once it was put out, and I think 50 found it, put it out, he denied it at first. See, those are the type of things you don't deny. You got to have some way to plug yourself into the reality of your life, because here's the reality. At that point, you do all that talking about moving, all that work. You know what you have to do? You have to say, man, well, how you think I got my plug? I found my plug there. Like the movie Blow. I found my plug there. You can't deny your truth when it comes out, man. You just can't deny it, because you're always going to put your foot in your mouth. And that's what Steve Harvey did. Now, when you hear this, you must understand that Steve Harvey is in dire straits right now when it comes to trying to protect the legacy of being a man who understands marriage and relationships, even though it never should have been the legacy that he had, because every marriage he's had before this one has failed. And I'm going to be honest with you. Failure isn't how you become an expert at something. That's not how you become an expert at something. You can't become an expert at winning an NBA championship if you never win one, right? You can't become an expert at getting to the finals if you never gone. So everything, you have to have an expert opinion on it. Either you know how to avoid it or you know how to win at it, one or the other. So when you think about it, with all the pressure that came down on this man, when this wonderful woman that he's always praised, see, even a rumor of cheating, when it comes out, it damages the perspective that you put out there for the world. And so now you have to clean it up. You have to disprove it. We don't live in a world where you can just let it go anymore. We don't live in a world where you can just let it go anymore. You have to disprove it. You have to make people understand that, hey, this isn't what it is. And the bottom line is, in his haste to do that, Steve has admitted that Margie helped him build this thing from the ground up. He has admitted that he had nothing when he married her. Not when he met her, when he married her. He has admitted that he met her, he had something, he lost it, they broke up, they got back together, he married her when he had nothing, and we have built this up. In his own words, she helped him build what they have. And she didn't just come in while he was on. She came in when he had nothing. So everything he has, the entire 400 million net worth, half of it belongs to her automatically. He is on record as admitting that. And I guarantee you, he didn't want to do that. He wasn't even thinking about what he was doing. But maybe Steve was. Maybe Steve felt like if she leaves, she deserves half. But if her net worth is, 50 million, and then she gets 200, then she leaves, her net worth is more than yours. But like he said, I take care of my wife. I take care of my family. Well, guess what, Steve? You're going to take care of her now, whether she's with you or not, because you have put your foot in your mouth like you always do. Open your mouth, say whatever you want to say. Don't even worry about the repercussions. But all this time you put out all this work, think like a man and do all of that. All these times, a man should do this and a woman should do, and a woman should get 85%. You put all that foolishness out there, man, to destroy the possibility of black men dealing with black women who listen to you from a position of power. And now here you are, literally guaranteeing Margie gets half of what you have whenever she decides to divorce you. And maybe you always knew that. Maybe you always wanted that. But now, even if you change your mind, you are stuck giving her half. Think before you talk. Just like you got to crawl before you walk. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.